Amber AK-47 Kitchen. That is the
Yep.
coolest. That's got to be the coolest name of all time. I gotta say.
Oh,
Gotta
thank you.
say. Before we continue, you went by like another name. I always like to talk about the nicknames, but before I look back into your history a little bit, you went by Clinch Eastwood when you were younger.
I was so young. My dad made that up. I used to really do loads of clinch in my fights.
Uh-huh.
He was just he thinks of stupid names, but yeah.
So okay. So is AK-47? Is that the one that you are called by now? Is that it? Like that's what
Yeah,
you can be. Okay, all right,
yeah.
awesome. How did you come about that name?
I actually really don't like nicknames. So my friend, I have someone who goes away with me,
Uh-huh.
called Vicky Church. Who comes to the gym. She normally corners me. She didn't on my last fight
And
though.
that's at
And
Touch
she
Gloves,
just
right?
she came up with it. Sorry.
And that's at Touch Gloves, right?
Yeah, Touch Gloves Gym. That's my dad's gym. He runs it, and I kind of do all the management for it. And we both teach there. So it's quite nice. It's a family-run gym. So my cousin teaches, I teach, my sister comes. Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah, that's, you're jumping 10 steps ahead. That's classic Amber Kitchen. As far as
Yeah.
technical striker, she's thinking 10 steps ahead, right? So, what I had prepared earlier before, because this is like a very interesting story. Number one, you're my first one championship fighter that I have on my show, so you should be very, very excited. I'm very
Cool.
excited right now. And we'll get into that in a little bit.
Yeah.
But you come from just a bloodline of fighters, right? Like your grandfather was a boxer, I think, right? He had boxed
Yeah.
before. Uh,
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
your mother is Julie Kitchen, so she's like one of the most decorated UK fighters that has ever existed. So this is
Yeah.
this is a big treat myself. And now here you are. You are a WBC Muay Thai champion in just of the world. So you're a world that
Oh,
you're
national it is. Yeah,
say
it's a national one.
oh national. Okay.
Yeah.
But you still competed at a world class level even before that though, right? You were fighting. You fought in Dubai. You fought
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah, I fought in Turkey for the British champ for Britain, and I won that. And yeah, most recently America, Holland, and also Abu Dhabi. So yeah, I quite like traveling. It's
Unbelievable.
good.
And you've been
Yeah,
doing this since you were 9 years old. That was your first competitive bout, right?
yeah. We used to do like tournament fights. So me and my sister used to enter them. We was both at the same weight, same age, so we both used to get into the finals. So yeah, we used to flip a coin, and after that, I had to go up a weight. She used to go down a weight, so we can have both a fair chance.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah.
amazing. That's amazing. So you guys, I mean, did you? I'm assuming you guys are siblings. Did you guys fight in real life when
Yeah,
you're with
no,
each other?
no, my sister doesn't do Thai boxing anymore. She
Okay.
pops in every now and then,
Okay.
like maybe twice a year. She's still got it, and then she just goes again. She works in a clothes shop and does hairdressing, so complete opposite than me now.
So this is the Amber Kitchen show, okay? So I don't want to like do the compare. I'm sure you've heard all the
Yeah,
comparisons under the sun.
yeah,
But I do want to say that it's amazing that your mother was able to do all of those things. She's a 14-time champion.
yeah,
Um, it's unbelievable to see. But the one thing that I do like, this is like my favorite thing that I notice about you. So and her. So you say that it was an interview. I think it was your biopic for one championship. You said you were very quiet when you were younger.
yeah,
And you kept to yourself and your grades and you were about your work and you had a smoke with friends. And I'm listening to an interview that your mother did. Let me look it up real quick. It was called Delicious Dames on YouTube. And she said that herself, she's a very quiet, shy young girl. So to me,
yeah,
that's the most important thing about both of you as far as personality traits go, right? Because you guys are these stars, like you're like these huge stars, like, and you both fight so violently. You fight so violently, and it's
yeah.
amazing. And you both have this characteristic where you're both these shy people. How did you bring yourself out of that shell to now fight in front of all these thousands of people? Like it's insane.
Oh, God, I still am. I really am. My mum is so confident now. I
Right.
actually speak to my dad, and he does compare me a lot to her because she used to be exactly the same as me, really quiet, didn't really want to put herself in situations like go away training or things like that. So, yeah, I mean, she's got all the confidence in the world now. She's obviously a commentator for Infusion. She does all sorts. I'm still quite quiet and I got bad anxiety. I'm still trying to get used to it. Especially, I felt it in my one championship fight. And I don't think most people realise what goes on behind the background, and I get quite worried. And I was crying like 20 minutes before I went in. I get like really nervous, but I think it's good to have nerves anyway, and
Right.
it's good to talk to people about people like how you're feeling. And I think it's a very common thing. And you get like half an hour before a fight, and you think, oh my god, like this is it. We're actually having a fight, and it kind of hits you. So I think it's all natural to be like that. But yeah, even like training and things like that, I do get quite hit up sometimes, like putting myself in new situations. I went to Thailand to train. Thankfully, I had a sponsor out there. I still do. It's called Super Pro Samui. So I went to there. I went training, and I was so nervous to start in the group sessions and do privates. And as soon as you start these things, it's fine. I don't know why I get so worried, but yeah, it's just about putting yourself in new situations.
It's like a fight or flight thing, you know what I mean? So obviously you've fought a bunch of times, but I've noticed a lot of people have a very similar thing. But for you, I would like to ask before we go forward, what is it like walking on these big stages? Like you said 20 minutes before a bout, right? So you're like in the locker room getting taped up. Is it you're just getting waves of emotions, or is it just like you're just getting like waves? How does this anxiety affect the way you fight? I'm just very curious to see, because you've been successful most of your career. For those of you who don't know, she's 20 years old, so she's got like so much more potential past this, and she's already doing so well. How is this anxiety fight you going into these fights?
I think I really hate walking out. That is my worst thing, walking out. So like just before I was walking out on my last one, I was so nervous. And I went out with my dad, who was my cornerman and my coach. So he was obviously trying to calm me down. It's hard because he's my dad. So it's, it doesn't really sink in as much because you're kind of like, oh my God, it's my dad. But then in the coach side, you're like, right, I'm trying to listen and trying to calm down. But as soon as you walk out on the stage, I thought, with a big crowd of people and one championships, it would be a bit daunting. But you can't, you can hear the crowd, but it's so like spotlight in the ring and dark. I just completely phased out. That didn't bother me.
Okay.
Also, my anxiety is like I get really worried about underperforming.
Okay.
And I think as soon as something isn't going my way in a fight, I kind of give up hope a little bit. And that does really affect me. I think that's what happened in this fight a bit. I get so annoyed with myself watching it back. But I mean, it's all learning experience, and I think I'm glad I got a 4-year contract, which is 3 fights a year, because normally I just do a fight once a year. I'm stuck down in Cornwall, so I don't get many opportunities. So I was kind of like dipping in and out of training, but now I can really focus on it and get that experience. Not just once a year isn't good enough. So yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to get over that quite quick, especially with my next one.
Okay.
After my fight, I sat in the audience and I just thought, this is such an amazing show. Why am I getting so hit up about it? Like watching it from a different perspective, watching other people do it.
It's beautiful.
Now I'm like, I know what I'm going to do next.
Yeah. Awesome. Number one, I love that mentality. Number two, I love how honest you are with yourself. I think that's necessary for younger fighters who are going into their, you've been doing this for a bit, so it's not like you're just starting off your career, but starting off your career at one championship. I think that's important because you're going to be fighting some of the best people in the world, right? So, at that level, it's important to be able to have that self-awareness to come back, I guess, and say, these are where I need to fix, and that's exactly what I want to talk to you about. Amber Kitchen, 10 steps ahead over here. Okay, so let's talk about that one championship bout, if you don't mind. It was a split decision loss. I watched the whole fight a bunch of times. It was brilliant. Yeah. You did some really good things. That first round, you came out like a banshee. Good pace. You did a lot of things, and throughout the fight, you remained dangerous. I saw, that. I guess you said you lose hope a little bit when things aren't going your way.
Yeah.
So I had noticed that a little bit when you were getting caught on certain things and coming in and coming out. But the one thing that didn't change at all was your ability to execute violence and fast. Like you're a very quick athlete. So some good things that I wanted to take away. from that fight. And if you didn't yourself, I know you're going to be a stickler in yourself, and you're a stickler about being underperformer. But the pace you set throughout that whole fight was amazing, and that's one thing that I've noticed in a lot of your fights that I've seen. You have an unbelievable gas tank. You've gotten into it was a 5-round fight at Abu Dhabi, right? For infusion for the featherweight belt.
Infusion. Oh, in America was for my belt. That was 5 rounds. In infusion, I was doing 3-minute rounds. Okay. That's my mistake. So I did watch it, but it was recently. So yeah, but you have so much room to grow. You're 20 years old. You have uncapped potential, right? You can get better every single fight. And it looks like that, I watched a fight that you had, it was on YouTube, it was like from 2012. So oh, God,
you must have been
I don't even want to watch that.
You must have been like 15 years old or something, right? Because it said 5 years ago on YouTube. So
Yeah. I look back and I just think, like, why did I even fight? I was only training 3 times a week, maybe. I wasn't dieting or anything. I didn't really know what being a fighter was. I was just jumping in to kind of do something. And I was, for both times I went in, I was jumping in with people who had been doing adult Thai boxing for a long time. Because in the UK, if you're doing junior, you don't do head contact.
Okay.
And I'd never had adult fights before. So when I stepped in, started doing the training, but wasn't training properly and going up to head contact, it was all just kind of like, oh, what have I got myself into? Kind of thing. Especially with opponents who had been doing it for like a couple of years, head contact. So it does make a difference, especially for mindset. Like, I didn't really want to do it then.
Right.
I was just, I didn't really think much of it. I didn't think of it as a career. But now, it's all changed. And it's definitely doing a lot more, probably 10 times more than I did back then.
And you might be able to contribute this to like your personality, because obviously you're very humble and you say yourself that you're shy. But it's very interesting to see, both you and your mother, who are, not in my opinion, it's just fact, world-class athletes, right, who are able to perform at this high level, who are just like, meh, like when you were talking, someone was asking to you about your mom, about her being a 14-time champion, you're like, honestly, I didn't even know it was that big of a deal, and here you are, you're like, oh, I don't know, if I'm just kind of competing, you're getting kicked in the head, like, it's insane, it's complete insanity. I love it, I absolutely love it. That's great. That's a great mentality to have.
Yeah, because I know growing up, like, some other people have asked me about my mum, and back then you think it's just normal. I didn't really think much into it, and now, like, I do really appreciate what she was going through and for dieting and stuff. But when I was like 10 growing up, and me and my sister, we didn't pay much notice. We just went to the gym, done our own thing, didn't really watch her train or anything. But now it's just like, wow, I should have took more notice, because I would have learned a lot. And when she comes home now, I do really try and grab her for some training time, because, I really appreciate what she does now.
Unbelievable. What, I was about to say, what's it like training with, like, just keeping most of this inside the family? You train out of Cornwall. You've lived there most of your life, right?
Yeah.
So mostly everything's in the same hometown that you've been in. I mean, you've traveled across the world to go fight different people. What's it like just having like this family business type thing with your training and with your managing and with all of this? What is that like for you?
Oh, it's hard. Yeah, I'm busy every day. Most people don't know I have a care job as well. I look after a woman who's got a disability. So, I'm doing that like 30 hours a week. I do sleep-ins as well as that. I also teach disability groups Thai boxing.
Nice.
And I do private lessons at the gym. I teach the kids, I teach the adults, and alongside that, I got to train myself. So It is really, really hard to balance everything. I think that's especially like before my fights now, I try and get off to Thailand so I can switch my phone off. I don't do any of the management for the gym. I obviously have time off my care where I can really focus on myself. But I mean, it is good having my family in the gym, especially my dad, because like I live with him, so he can, wake me up in the morning and say, right, get out now, you're going, kind of thing. And what I eat. Yeah. Rather if I was living on my own, right. It's easy to, get off track. Right. But he's always on my back, which is a good thing. It's annoying, but it's good.
That's good. That's amazing. That's amazing. But, you have such a peculiar situation in that, like, you're so deeply involved with your family. Your family's very clearly deeply involved in the sport. And on top of that, you're getting, on top of them just being your family, you're getting world-class training from them. Like, there's not many unique situations like that, so that's like an amazing thing to have, and I think that's wonderful. And as you grow up, like you're going, because you're 20. That's me. I'm older than you.
Yeah.
It's crazy that I'm older than you, and you're out here just slaying the entire world, and you should continue to do so.
Yeah.
But that's amazing. That's amazing. So before we continue on to your other fights, because I want to talk about because you're kind of like a globetrotter. Because like I saw on the same interview with your father, Nathan Kitchen. It was a different interview. Yeah. I'm sorry. He said that he's been taking you to Thailand since you were like 9 years old.
Yeah. I've been a few times now. I've lost count how many times.
Yeah, he said twice a year, and at that time it looked like you were very, very young. You must have been like, I don't know, 5 or 6 years old in that interview. So. Yeah. So, twice a year, that's amazing. And you go for, like, extended periods of time for, I guess, your mother's training and also training yourself. How did you come across one championship, or how did they come across you? Because they're typically, like, from what I read, you had to live in Asia for a certain amount of time, and I guess that you've taken that requirement, I guess, by going to Thailand. So how did they come across you?
I was really lucky, actually. With my mum, she's got a lot of contacts, and there's this man called Edwin Van Os, and he's my manager, and he actually got me for one championship shot. So I mean, I'm really thankful that I've even got a manager. That's kind of my professional career up.
Ooh, Amber, hold on, your microphone is like muffled.
Oh, hang on, I need to put my phone on charge as well.
Okay, take your time,
Hang on.
It's okay.
Okay, right. Is that better? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, I'm going to keep on moving in the shot, so you must think I'm...
It's okay, it's okay.
Across the room.
I'm so honored that you had even found the time to come on the show, so this is
that's
amazing
no problem. Thank you for asking me.
No problem.
Yeah, so... Oh, has it started again now?
Say again?
Yeah.
Yep.
Should I say about the my manager again?
Yes.
Yeah, so I had my WBC national title fight on my dad's home show, and after that, it kind of just blew up. So I got offered a manager, Edwin Van Os. He's also my sponsor at Super Pro Samui. That's his business. So that's kind of like took my career up a level, definitely into my professional career. And he messaged me one day. He said, "I've had a meeting with One Championships. Are you up for it? It's a 4-year contract." And I said, like, obviously, yeah, that's amazing. I wouldn't have ever thought I'd be on One Championships. So, yeah, wow. It's really amazing that he's done that for me.
So what's your treatment been like in the One Championship? Because so far all I've heard is really good things. All I've heard is they treat their fighters real well. They develop their fighters pretty well by giving them really good backstory or presenting their backstories better. And then you look at the show and it's amazing. It looks like a magic realm. Like there's lights hanging from the ceiling and there's like a beautiful like ring, and then the way that's set up, and then they have like all of these crazy openings for people with dancers and all this other things. What's their treatment like been here so far?
Yeah, it's great. I've only had one fight, so we went to Vietnam,
right?
And they're just so professional. Like as soon as I got there, I had an eye infection. As soon as I got there, right, we're sorting it out. We'll meet you in your room in 20 minutes with the doctor and all this. They're just so professional. But if you've got a problem, they're straight in it. They're just so good. And
I think your hand might be covering the microphone.
Hang on, is that better?
Yes.
It must be my hand. So I'm used to holding it with my finger up. Yeah. Okay. Right. Yeah. So, they organised everything. As soon as I went in, if I had a problem, they're straight there. And, their timing as well, they're so well organised. And when we got to the shows, it was amazing. We all, I was red corner and there was blue corner. So it was in different buses, and the bus pulled up, and the amount of paparazzi and all you had to walk through, and I was like, whoa. Like, I didn't think it was like this.
Yeah.
And, we walked into our change rooms, and there was all people with cameras there. I was like, whoa. And then my dad said, you got to go and see the ring, see the venue. So I kind of walked up the steps, looked at it, and looked around. I just couldn't believe it. I was like, that's when the nerves really, really hit me, because I didn't realise you can't prepare yourself until you see it in person, like how big the show is and how big like the ring is, and the walkway. Because like I said, the walkways, like, the worst bit for me, I don't like walking out, and it's like a big long catwalk, and you got to walk around, and I was like, you know, a bit overwhelmed.
Right.
But yeah, it was good.
That's amazing. That's so awesome. So yeah, that was going to be my next question is like, okay, so you have a problem with anxiety. Well, not a problem. Like obviously you've figured it out, but you have anxiety and now you're going into this crazy grandiose like ring and arena and the walkout. So you've seen it beforehand. So what was that long walk up into the ring? Like what was that going up there? What were you feeling? I want to know what was inside Amber AK-47 Kitchen's brain going in there, gangstered out, right? Ready to fight, heart's racing. What's it like? So they have like the big jumbotron and your name, and you walk and you start coming there. So when you hear your name called up, what from point A to point B? What's that like going up into that ring?
Oh, it's all backstage. Like when they say, right, you're on in like 10 seconds. So that's when you're like, oh, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. You know you're doing it anyway. So you just walk up. Yeah. And it's just, like I said, it's just so weird. You don't really think about it. As soon as you're put under pressure, it's just like, right, let's go. And then just walk down around the ring. And then you just know you're ready to fight then. I think it's always good with a bit of nerves, but they all go away. As soon as you get started, it's fine. I think it's just the whole build up.
So that's amazing. So what I saw, I literally just saw the fight. Did you have like a walkout song or anything? Yeah, I did. What was your walkout song?
I'm So Sorry from Imagine Dragons.
Okay. So what's your reasoning behind that song?
I just thought it had a good like build up.
Okay.
That's another thing I really, really hate.
Oh, are you still there?
Sorry, someone tried to ring me. Okay. I really hate picking my own walkout songs.
Okay.
So it's all right on like when I fought on Infusion, you have to have like one of their set songs because it's on TV, but this one you had to pick your own. I was like, oh no. So I just try not to think about it too much and just think of one or might feel good or sound good. So yeah, I'd much rather someone picked my song for me. Yeah.
So you're walking out to the song. Did it help at all, or were you like, oh, this is a good song, or you just didn't even hear it?
I didn't really hear it. Yeah, it's really weird. You can't really even when you're in a fight, you can't hear the audience shouting, just your cornermen.
Really?
It's really weird. It's like selective hearing. So, for me anyway. I don't know about anyone else.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Okay. So I was gonna ask. So you're in there. So obviously you fought in many different crowds, and one of the things that I'm not like a huge Muay Thai enthusiast, but they have like a song. What is it called? A Samara?
Oh, when they do the Ramoy to the song. Yeah. I've never personally done that before. I think that's traditionally now in Thailand. Some people still do it, but a lot of shows down in England especially don't really play the song for people. Okay. But I love watching it. When I go to Thailand and go to the stadium fights and all, I really like the music. It can probably do a lot of people's head in who don't know about Thai boxing and all, but I can listen to that all day. I find it quite relaxing.
It's a very interesting white noise. I feel like it kind of drowns out the audience a little bit because now you can only really hear that, in my opinion. I guess I want to go see a fight like that in person. Just to see what that experience is like. But as far as that goes, like, you fought all over the world. So, like, what do you think is more daunting for you? Like, a really quiet crowd where you can hear a pin drop? Like, and I think that was kind of like Abu Dhabi, where you can see all the faces, but it was like a really nice, like, regal environment. You see, like, nice dining tables out there, and they have, like, exotic dancer, not like exotic dancers, but exotic dancers, dancers who are, like, belly dancing off, and, and one thing, actually, I did want to ask you that I noticed about Infusion is, like, when the round starts, the lights fade out, which is, like, so strange. So did that do anything for you? Like, what is that?
I've never noticed that before until I watched my fight actually the other day. And,
like when you sprint over or something.
Black.
Yeah.
I've never noticed it. When I was in the fight, I didn't notice it.
Yeah. That's so weird. Like, what if someone decided to take that opportunity to just run and do, like, a flying kick or something, or, like, appear, like, somewhere else. So, like, what is more daunting for you? Like, I guess more of, like, a big production, like, one championship, or, like, a more intimate crowd where there's, like, you can hear a pin drop and you can hear everything clearly.
It's weird. A lot of people always say for bigger shows really freak them out, and I thought that would be the case, especially with one championships, but... Still to this day, when I do home shows on my dad's show for local shows, which are like God, they're 10 times smaller than for one championship show. That's when I get more nervous because it's just people who I know there.
Right.
But like for one championships was fine because I just thought no one knew me. The only thing I was really worried about was that it was being filmed and people back home was watching me.
Yeah.
It's really weird. A lot of people prefer fighting on their home shows because they get more support, but that's the worst for me.
Yeah, it sounds like you that would be a little bit more pressure for you, right?
Yeah, especially because everyone knows me and my background, and people come especially to watch you.
Right.
I think that's what gets me the most.
Wow. So, I also wanted to ask, well, not ask, so like, because of the point you just made for, you know, fighting on are you familiar with Dana White's Contender Series?
Yes, yeah, I haven't watched all of them, but my dad watches them, so I do sit with him and watch them sometimes.
So there's a fighter that I had from there, Austin Tweedy, and he said that was like the scariest thing. He thought like, you know, obviously like you said, like the fight and obviously performing in front of all these cameras was going to be like the weird part. He's like the weirdest part of the entire fight was going in there and just seeing like 20 people just sitting in and this is like a big, you know, these are some of the best guys in the world. So they're going out there and it's like, it's so quiet in there. He was like, it was unnerving. It was unnerving. He's like, I'm used to fighting in front of hundreds of people and thousands of people. And now I'm fighting in front of 20 people and I have no walkout music and you hear everything. And you can hear the corners talking to them. They get the commands. It's such a strange thing. And I think that's a interesting thing that I think people don't think about often enough.
Yeah. So on my Infusion fight, especially in Abu Dhabi, it was weird because I thought it was better because it was quieter because you could really hear your punches and kicks connect and hit like the slap of it. So that gets you a bit more energy because you think, right, I got to. So it kind of give me a bit of a boost that. But yeah, on home shows, everyone's like really shouting. You can really hear the crowd.
Right. So can we talk about Abu Dhabi at all? Like as far as you going there, so you went to Abu Dhabi several times, I guess, for Infusion.
No, I've only been there once.
One time.
I've been there like on my holidays, but yeah, only once for Infusion.
Okay. So yeah, because you said your mother does commentary for it, so I'm assuming that you would go there sometimes. So what's Abu Dhabi like? So I guess I watched the one fight that you had there, and I would love to talk about that. But what's Abu Dhabi like? What's that culture like? What do you stay there for a long periods of time, or is it only just for like the fight week?
Yeah, it's normally just like 3 or 4 days before the fight.
Okay.
I think a lot of people think it's like a bit of a holiday and you can go around and see stuff, but I mean, you're cutting weight and you're just so tired. You can't go in the sun because it zaps your energy. Oh, boy. So really, you end up staying in your hotel room for the whole time. It's the same like when I went to Vietnam. I really had all these things I wanted to do, and I just end up staying in because you're just so drained and you got all these things you got to do, like the weigh-ins and interviews, photos. You don't get to see much, but when I went to Abu Dhabi before, I went with my mum and done some training. I really loved it out there. It was really hot, but yeah, everyone's so respectful. It's so like looked after. It's so clean. You wouldn't see a piece of rubbish on the floor. That's not like England at all. I guess America's the same. When I went to America.
Oh yeah, no, it's horrible here sometimes. It really depends on where you go. Where did you go? Where did you go in America?
We went to Hollywood.
Okay, so California.
Los Angeles.
Nice. My uncle is a retired police officer, just like an hour short of LA. So I used to go there all the time. I went there last year. So if you ever back in California, check out Oxnard, California. They have great stuff. Yeah, it's nice.
Oh, we'll do. Yeah, I loved it out in America. It was really weird. I went for a run with my coach who went over with me. We were just going around because we didn't know anywhere. So we just had like a little map for my run on my phone. And you have to stop at every traffic light, and I didn't know that. And
no.
we just like stop and starting. It's called jaywalking, or isn't it? Jaywalking.
Yeah, jaywalking.
Yeah. So we didn't know that. So I was like, oh my god, it's weird how different things are in different countries.
I love that. That's what you took away out of all the experience in California is jaywalking.
So I did love America. I mean, America, we did go and see the sights and things. Right. So. That was, probably the best trip away I've had in the way.
Oop, hand on the mic.
God, I keep doing that.
It's
Sorry.
okay. It's okay. I didn't catch the very edge of what you just said, but we got most of everything
Yeah.
else of that. So yeah, if you ever back in Southern California again, there's a gym called CSA Academy. I think it's called Combat Sports Academy, and they have a lot of people who do Muay Thai there. So I don't know if that's ever something that's interesting.
Okay.
I don't know anyone there. I just see them on Instagram all the time, and it's just a ton of women who are like really good at Muay Thai. So
Yeah, oh, cool. Yeah. I think One Championships has just opened offices in America, so
Ooh.
I'm not sure what they're doing. But hopefully it'll be a bit, because it's just set in Asia at the moment. So that would be great if it went around to America.
I think you'd be a great fit here in America. And I think one of the reasons why they're opening up one of the reasons why they're opening up offices is the same reason as they're getting people who speak English and getting all of these people from America over to the promotion. Eddie Alvarez, Mighty Mouse, all these people from America, Sage Northcutt, because they want to spread their market in America. So I think that's going to be the next thing for Amber Kitchen, maybe, maybe we'll have one championship in America. I think you'll do great. Everyone loves a nice, humble, shy ass kicker, AK-47 out here. I think, yeah, that's great. That's great. That's basically all I have. I just want, is there anything else is there like sponsorships that you wanted to plug?
Yeah, I've got quite a few local sponsors, but the main one I've got is my manager's sorted that out for Super Pro Samui. That's where I go to in Thailand. I train, I do private lessons, I do the group sessions, and I have accommodation there. So that's a great place to go if you're ever in Thailand. It's in Samui. So many, I can't actually think.
Okay. Oh, okay. No pressure. No pressure.
I've got if anyone's ever on Facebook, Touch Gloves Gym, have a look at that for sure, because I'm the manager on it. So that would be good. We've got a local show coming up, so there's going to be a lot of fighting clips.
One thing I wanted to say about Touch Gloves, because I saw it was kind of like a little bit of a pitch that I guess your father gave for it. One thing that I love about successful gyms is their goal isn't to be the best world-class Muay Thai gym of all time. It's like like a community thing. You said you've done yourself. You're doing community work with women with special needs. And they want to embrace the community and also promote like good health and stuff like that. So I think that's great. That's a great thing. I just wanted to share that with you.
I mean, in our gym we've only got at the moment about 10 fighters, and the rest of about 40 students. They just come for the social aspect of it, to be a part of a group, to lose weight, gain fitness. It's great. It's not a fighter's gym at all, really. Everyone trains, it's all mixed abilities, so everyone helps each other out. I think that's what Thai boxing is all about, just respecting who you're with, respect your gym, and it's lovely. It's a little close-knit community, but we always welcome new people, all ages. I mean, my nan goes and she's 75, so
oh man.
I mean, she just does it for fitness, and it's just amazing what it does for you.
Right. Yeah, that's amazing. Well, did you mind? Did we like really talk about Thailand at all? Because you've been there so much. It slipped my mind. Can we talk about Thailand at all before I let you go?
Yeah.
Tell me about it. So you're young. Yeah. So tell me the first time you ever went to Thailand, if you even remember, because it was so many times ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. We used to always go to Thailand with our gym as a group. So that was really good. We used to train at like Fairtex, Sasi Prapa, all these like old school gyms. It was really cool. We used to get up, go training. I think it was like 7 a.m, then do an afternoon one, which is normally at 5. And just through the years, I go to different gyms. I've tried out quite a few now. So now I'm sticking with Super Pro Samui, which is in Samui. And if I go Bangkok, I like Sasi Prapa, or there's a new gym I went to. Oh, it's slipped my mind now. I can't think what it's called, but it's a really good clean gym.
Okay.
So yeah, it's really good. I really love the culture. Everyone's just so friendly. We used to go out in April for the water fights. So it's they're celebrating their new year. And they just have this huge big water fight across the whole of the streets. It was so good. Getting like buckets of water with ice cold water, and it's just everyone's just up for a laugh there. They're all just so friendly.
Wow,
I think it really is such a good thing to grow up around, seeing different parts of the world, especially Thailand, because they've just got such good morals.
Yeah, and then also, your mother is a celebrity there too. So like I remember seeing that she said that when she got there, she didn't think that, I guess maybe the first few times that no one would, I guess, recognize her, but she had been circulating on TV because obviously Thai boxing is a big deal there. So people would come up to, her and take photos of her. So do you find similar things that about yourself? And then also, what was that like as a child, seeing your mother getting approached by strangers, wanting to get your autograph and photos and stuff like that?
Yeah, no, it was really nice. Spicy Pepper Gym actually still has like a huge photo of her up on the wall. Wow. It's really weird when I go there, I'm like taking photos of it, sending it to her, saying, "Oh, it's still up." But she actually had a fight there. I think it was for a world title, and she won, and that was really good to see. Like the whole crowd got behind her, and she was fighting the women from Thailand. So
wow,
yeah, it's really, really nice.
They love you. They love you guys. You guys are nice people. They want to see good people succeed. That's why. Yeah. And also, you're also kick-ass fighters. Like you're amazing fighters too. So we asked about Abu Dhabi. Asked about Vietnam. What was it? Oh no, I didn't ask about Vietnam. So how long did you stay in Vietnam for?
We got there about 5 days before the fight.
Okay,
about 5 days a weekday. A week before the fight. But yeah, I was quite poorly. So I didn't go out. Like I said, I had eye infections and stuff. So I didn't go out at all. And it's so busy. They got like such a big timetable you've got to do every day to get things sorted. And the media aspect of One Championships is huge. So. We didn't get to see much of Vietnam. I think the other fighters did. They went out and explored, but I was just a bit poorly, so I didn't go out.
Right. No, I completely understand. And on top of that, you had a fight to prepare for and weight cut and all and so on and so forth. That's amazing. So so then you finish that, and then I guess that's pretty much it. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I hope to have you back on whenever you're ready. Before you go, what's next? What's next for Amber Kitchen? Amber AK-47 Kitchen.
Well, I've got a 4-year contract with One Championships. Okay. So I'm just waiting to hear for my next fight. I'm hoping it'll be end of this year. If not, it'll be start of next year. Mm-hmm. So I'm looking forward to that. Obviously, my main goal would be to get the One Championships belt. Right. And then after that, after my 4 years contract, I'd love to stay in One Championships, trying to extend that. I'll only be 24, so I'm not thinking too much ahead. But I've got a whole life to live yet, and hopefully I'll just be so successful in this career and just go from there.
You make me want to go visit Cornwallis and go check out the gym now. That's going to be my next play. If I ever travel anywhere, I want to go to England. I want to go to London Shoot Fighters. And now I want to go to the Touch Gloves gym in Cornwallis.
Yeah, we're about 6 hours from London. A bit of a travel, but it's worth it.
Still worth it. Yeah. That's great. Thank you so much. I just want to say thank you for allowing me the opportunity to interview you. This is such a big deal to me because obviously you're busy and but you're fighting at the highest levels, and it's such a big deal to me. On top of that, this is like a really passion that I have. So for you to indulge me and allow me to be psychotic for 45 minutes about fighting. I usually have it's usually just like a MMA podcast, but I'm open up to just the world of fighting. So it's a great. It's a big deal for me. I wish there were more Thai gyms around me. There's not a lot. So I go to a boxing gym near me, and they have classes, but I have to work during those classes, and it bums me out a little bit. So I want to go do it. I did take the class, and it's really fun. But yeah, I want that to be my next thing. I've done kickboxing and karate and taekwondo, and I want to try Muay Thai.
Different things. That's good. Yeah.
But that's basically it. Thank you so much. You have
thank you for having me.
No problem. You have the whole world ahead of you, Amber Kitchen. I'm going to be watching your whole career. You're a star. You're phenomenal, and I can't wait to see how you blossom throughout your career.
Oh, thank you.
No problem, Miss Kitchen.
Thanks. It was good speaking to you.
Good speaking to you too. You're welcome back whenever you want. Have a great day.
Oh, thank you.